This is the Audient Evo 4. It's a new audio interface that I just purchased to upgrade my YouTube setup. I also purchased the Earthworks Ethos microphone. I don't have that microphone yet. It's on back order because it's on sale right now. Original price is $700, which is a lot for a microphone. It's on sale for $400, which is still a lot for a microphone. But for now, let's check out what's in the box. All right, I gotta be totally honest with you. I already recorded an unboxing for this, and for whatever reason, accidentally deleted my footage, so I had to do a re-recording, so I'm just gonna start from scratch, put everything back in the box best that I could. Some things are still kind of ripped open and things like that, so if you see me opening things in the box and it looks like it's already been opened, that is why. All right, let's open the box here. I'm just gonna slide this off. This actually took forever the first time, so I'm just gonna try to expedite this process a little bit. Ooh, okay, yeah, little thing popped out. Put this over here. All right, here we got this little card here, and it kind of has what all the buttons do, and you open it up, it shows you like the button layout and like where all the buttons are, what they do, the different features. Put this over here, little cardboard separator, and as you can see, this is the audio interface. It was in this little like plastic bag, but I ripped it open in the original unboxing, so that bag is totally destroyed. And I'll throw this over here. All in all, the feeling of the product, it's actually really nice. It is mostly plastic on the outside, but it's kind of like a matte finish, so it really doesn't show fingerprints. It does show a couple scratches, though, from me kind of handling it, doing the unboxing, but all in all, it's kind of really solid. It's very light. As you can see on the front, we got two ports here. We have a headphone jack and a kind of like a instrument input that would be for like a guitar or anything like that. You can plug that in there, and that will actually, when you plug something in there, it overtakes the audio from the number one spot. So the number one button, if you have something plugged in the front, will become that instrument, and then the number two you can use as your microphone input. As you see here, there's buttons to select what input and other options here, and just one big gain knob right in the middle. But this green button here, this is one of the reasons why I actually purchased this audio interface. It's the smart gain feature. Essentially what you do is you select the smart gain, you select what audio input that you want to do, press smart gain again, and then if you're using it for your microphone input, you just keep speaking into the microphone like you normally would, and then it will automatically like pick up how loud you are, and then select the amount of gain that your voice will need for it to be the proper volume. So it's loud enough so people can hear you, but not too loud so it'll start clipping. So it'll give you the perfect volume. On the back here, as you can see, we have the USB-C port that connects to the computer. We have a left and right input for, or technically output for studio monitor. So if you have studio monitors, you can output the audio to them instead of like headphones. I don't have studio monitors, so I'd be using the headphone jack right in the front, but it is a cool feature to have. And if I do end up getting studio monitors in the future, I'll be able to connect them. And of course, we also have the two inputs for the XLR microphones. All right, what's next in this box? Another cardboard kind of spacer thing. And then there's the USB cable. So it's a nice USB-C to USB-A cable. My previous interface is actually the one that's connected right now. It uses an old USB Type B cable, which if you have ever connected like a inkjet printer to a computer, it's like one of those old like really big square connectors, and it's really outdated cable. And at the same time, like if I lose that cable, I won't have another option to plug in the computer. I'll have to buy another one because I don't have anything else that uses it. Whereas USB-C, pretty much everything these days uses USB-C. So even if I use USB-C to USB-C, USB-C to USB-A like this one, I have tons of those. So that's perfectly. And that's all that's in the box. It doesn't really come with a lot. I mean, it doesn't really need a lot. Just really needs the cable. And then the XLR cable obviously doesn't come with it, but you just connect that into the back, connect the USB cable to the computer, and then you're up and running. There is software that you install. You can download it right from Audient's website. And when I installed it, I wanted to do a firmware update right away. And the firmware update really only took like a couple minutes. It was actually much faster than I thought it would be. And then I was up and running. All right, let's switch over to the new interface. And for me, it'll probably be a few minutes, but with the magic of video editing, it'll just be a moment for you. Let's go. All right, we are back. Or are we? It was actually not until I went to edit this video when I found out that the audio after connecting the Evo 4 had this really weird droning sound in the background. It's kind of like a rapid popping sound. It's not very loud, but you can definitely hear it in the audio. And I did some troubleshooting, swapped out some cables, moved some stuff around, and it was still coming across in the audio when I tried different new recordings. And after some troubleshooting, it actually turned out to be electromagnetic interference from my wireless access point, my Google Wi-Fi. It was kind of close to the Evo 4 on the desk, and after moving that away from it, the droning sound totally stopped, and any new recordings I did on the interface were completely normal. So because I had already recorded everything here, I'm just going to leave the audio in as is. I actually tried to kind of do some editing in DaVinci Resolve here to kind of remove most of that sound, but it is still present in the audio. So if you hear that, that's what that is. It is not an indication of how the audio will sound on this interface. What you're hearing now should be an indication of what that would be. So it should be pretty similar to what you were hearing before. Hopefully it's a little bit louder, a little bit more clear. But you know what? Let's get back to the video and I'll explain more. I'm on the new audio interface and hopefully it sounds better. I know it's probably going to sound louder than before. And I record my audio through Audacity on my computer, and from what I'm seeing in the waveforms are much larger than I was getting before, even after having to add like 20 decibels of gain in Audacity with this microphone and this. I'll switch over to top view. This old interface is really kind of a mixer. This is what I've been using for quite a while now. It's been pretty good to me. It's the Behringer Xenix 302 USB. I got this along with the microphone I'm using and like a little like tripod microphone stand for like $100. It was like the podcast package. It served me well. I originally got it because the price was good and it had the physical dials and faders. I figured I wanted to have much more control hardware wise than to be in software originally when I bought this. But as it turns out, I don't actually use any of these dials. A lot of these are for like audio for left and right or like bass and treble and things like that. That don't really mess with all that much considering I'm really just talking into the microphone. So it's a lot of features I don't actually use. All right, this is the Evo 4, all hooked up to my computer, hooked up to my XLR cable to my microphone. And right now, as you can see, as I'm speaking, the volume thing kind of keeps going up and down. But if I talk really loud, it kind of shoots way up. And just like that smart gain feature, it's set to, even if I talk really loud, it just kind of just barely reaches into that red area on the bar. On the device, you don't see any colors on here. It's just the white LEDs on here. But on the computer interface, it has the green, yellow, and red on that audio level to tell you how loud you are and if you're kind of reaching into that area where you're getting to the clipping and audio distortion, things like that. Pretty much the interface on the computer is identical to what you see here. I mean, it's not exactly in this shape, but it's got a big button in the middle and the lights all around it, and you can adjust by clicking and like spinning the dial, and it shows all the other buttons. And if you click a button on the screen, it'll enable it on the device, and if you click a same button on the device, it lights up on the screen, which is just totally awesome. All right, and like I said before, the smart gain feature with this big green button here is the real reason why I bought this interface, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the interface and on the software on the screen when I go and use this. It's probably going to cut off the audio while it's doing this, but I just wanted to show you this is actually really cool. So what you do is you press the green button, the number for the input that you want to do, and then the green button again, and then initializes it. And then as it's going, you just keep talking into the microphone, and it will basically detect how loud you are and how much gain that needs to add. So I'm going to do this right now. It's probably going to cut me off, like I said, but press this button, press 1, and then detect how loud I am, and there it is. So it has detected how loud I am and automatically adjusted that gain to be the perfect level. And before I started this part of the recording, right after I had connected to the computer, I already did that smart gain feature. So that's when I was already seeing way better audio levels. And, it's just an amazing feature. And it's great if you're new to recording audio like I am. Like, I've only been doing this for a little while and I'm still learning a lot. But it really helps to just be able to press a couple buttons and have it automatically detect how loud the audio should be or the gain should be, and not have me have it to actually play around with it and take hours trying to figure it all out, which is it's just really wonderful. And this audio interface it's actually pretty decently priced. Like I said, when I bought the mixer and the microphone and the stand and everything, that was about $100. I want to say this is $129.99 at the time of recording. And this is not a sponsored video. Like I said, I purchased this myself. This is just for me upgrading my own YouTube setup. And you know what? Can I recommend it? So far, I've barely used it, and so far, I think it's pretty awesome. And hopefully, it has improved the sound quality of my audio. But what would be the true test is when I receive that microphone in the mail. And what I'll do is when I do receive it, I'll have an unboxing and impressions video of that one as well. So if you're interested in watching that, I'll have it up here once it's ready, and go ahead and click on there. And otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.